Hey everyone, and welcome to another vlog. I know I missed mine yesterday, but I'm catching up with today. Yesterday I had so much built up sleep debt that I wanted to kind of like roll back, have a little relaxed evening, have a dinner, kind of hang out. I didn't stream either, but I'm planning to stream tonight. I think I'm gonna do some Hearthstone tonight. The Goblins vs. Gnomes is out, or Gnomes vs. Goblins, however it's pronounced. And I'll be playing that, I think, a little bit tonight, plus some Smite. Just to catch you up, we've announced a few things today and yesterday. Number one, the League 1 rewards are out, so if you guys are wondering what happens at the end of League Season 1, you get a Bakasura Rage skin if you are Gold or above, which means if you're Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Masters, okay? If you're Platinum and above, which means Platinum, Diamond, Masters, you get a loading frame that's awesome. It's like bones that come to the side, it's like a little like fiery and runic, and it looks awesome. It's by far the best loading frame ever, and when I get it, because I'm plat, I'm gonna be using it probably for a very long time. You also get icons for anyone who's placed. If you're Bronze 5 or anything else, as long as you're placed, you will actually get an icon relevant to what level of league you are. If you're Bronze 3, you'll get a Bronze 3 icon, that kind of thing. These are exclusive to Season 1, and so you won't get these enters anywhere else. And other than that, it's some really good rewards to get. All you have to do is be an active league player, which means you're playing in the current round. You played some games, that kind of thing. And also be placed. You can't be in the relegations in the beginning or qualifying yet. You have to be already placed into a league tier, and once you're at that point, you're fine. Okay, we also announced the Saturnalia events. That's coming up next week, starting December 17th through December 23rd. The first thing that I've announced is you've got double experience, and so if you're not level 30, you get experience for that. You also get free gems every single day, and so we'll announce that a little bit later, but it allows you to just, for every first one of the day, you'll pick up gems, and it stacks up pretty quickly. We actually put the gem value pretty dang high for you to be able to stack those up. So it starts next week on the 17th. Hopefully the patch will hit the same day as well, and you get new content you can buy. But also every single day we're going to have a Pantheon sale, which means the first one I think is Greek. I think it's Greek. But every day is a different Pantheon sale, which means everything in that Pantheon's on sale. So if you have a specific character, skins, whatever that you're really looking forward to, that's the day you want to be ready. It's going to be discounted crazy. The next day will be a different Pantheon. It's going to be a lot of fun. As far as me, I ended up posting a Neath video today that people seem to love and or hate. It wasn't a good game, but obviously I think it was a good example of what you can or can't do. It was a good game for the stream, I think, so I wanted to toss it up there. More vlogs coming down the pipe for this channel. Hopefully getting to the point where I can start setting this channel up more with more art and that kind of thing, get it partnered and all that. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yesterday I was actually pretty tired, just didn't get much sleep, but I was able to sleep last night, got some rest, getting ready for Worlds, man. The preparations are insane, getting all the pieces together. I mean, it's just like you'd expect from like a TV network that would run a show, camera placement, talent placement, rehearsals, that kind of thing. It's very in-depth, and we have a lot of work going into it, a lot of partners and contractors that we're working with to make everything come together. I mean, we're bringing 3,000 people out to one building for 3 days. It's a lot, and hoping it goes well. I mean, we've got a lot lined up. We got 8 of the best teams in the world. So again, if you guys haven't watched yet, check out the Smite World Championship page, and then if you're still trying to pick up tickets, there's still tickets left if you're planning to go. It's in Atlanta, Georgia, here in Georgia, and it's actually at the Cobb Energy Center. For those of you who are fans of The Walking Dead, in the second season when they go to the CDC, the giant building where they go underground, that's the Cobb Energy Center. That's the building we're going to be having the World Championship in. It's the same building. And so if you remember that from that season, you saw the outside, that big glass wall in front, same building. We're going to be using that for the World Championships. Really cool. Other than that, I think I'm going to start mixing in more content again. I think it's been long enough. It looks like it's been about 7 or 8 days since I posted anything but Smite. So I think the Smite streak on YouTube has kind of dulled things out a bit. I'm going to try and go a little less aggressive and post 1 or 2 a week, and then that's it, and just kind of let it ride Smite. Plus I need to be practicing a lot of Smite going to Worlds. I need to kind of keep up with the trends and what people are playing. Speaking of what people are playing, the next God will be coming out next week, and I have confirmed today, and we've actually announced that it is going to be Awilix or Awilish, the Mayan goddess, and so she will be coming out. If you want a sneak peek at her, check out Dev Talk tomorrow with myself and our lead designer, Hi-Res Scott. That's going to be on twitch.tv/Smite game. And that is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 10 p.m. CET, Central Europe. It's 3 p.m. CST, 1 p.m. PST, and whatever else time zone. 4 p.m. EST is what we usually kind of centralize everything about. So definitely go to that. After that will be the Dev Insights, which is that one-page thing we did for Al Guang. I kind of been working really hard to build that, and so it's that kind of one-pager, and it just fills out developer questions, the process of making the character, the design of the kit, things that happen in the development, and also all the abilities and the lore. And it's just like, so basically this one page you can go to that gives you all the information you need to know about the character, and it's awesome. That'll be coming out right after Dev Talk is done, and then on Friday we got patch notes, and I guarantee you're going to want to watch this patch notes because we are doing some fun stuff with this patch. Nothing crazy, but it breaks the pattern we've been doing, so we'll see how people like it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to make things available that are pretty cool. Other than that, I just want to check in with you guys. I have some questions left over from the last video, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as the last one and answer some of those. We've got Smite on Mac. When is it coming to Mac? Not anytime soon, unfortunately. We don't have that slotted right now. Now, it could happen at one point where, you know, one of our executive producer president says, hey, let's do Mac, and we'll just do Mac. But right now, it's not really on the table just because softwares like Boot Camp are so available that you can just, you know, get Boot Camp, play Smite, and it performs exactly as it would anyway. And so it's kind of just like, you know, it's one of those quality of life things that we have on the list, but I don't think it's going to happen in the immediate future in the next month or two. So give it some time, guys. I'm sure eventually we'll get to the point where we're comfortable doing a Mac release. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you taste like? I'm going to say yellow. Yeah. Next question. So what is your take on Elder Scrolls series? I played Morrowind for probably about 300 hours. And I played Oblivion for probably about 500 hours, and Skyrim for maybe 100. And it's just because I was in college already, or I was heading, I don't remember, I think I was in college, and I was just super busy, and I didn't really have time to do it, but when I was younger, when Morrowind came out, and so I had more time to pour into it. I love the Elder Scrolls series. I love them. I didn't play ESO. I played the alpha and I played the beta and I liked it, but I didn't get a game when it came out. Again, not as much time to play it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because the issues with that were just out of control. I heard there was like duping issues, auction house didn't work, people were hacking, and it wasn't stable. Even though it was a great game, I'm sure, those instabilities kind of ruined it. Same thing happened with what is it called? Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 had the same problem, which is weird, right? Because what happened to Final Fantasy 14, I'm sure most of you have heard Final Fantasy 14 Reborn. That's the re-release. The first one was Final Fantasy 14. So what happened with that game is Sony gave that entire project to an outsourced Chinese team. They're like, we don't want to deal with this game, please make it for us, as your chance. So the Chinese team made it, and I guess they didn't pay too close attention to it, or they didn't look at it at all, because when it was released, it was nothing like any other Final Fantasy ever. Obviously it was a Final Fantasy MMO. Final Fantasy 11 is also a Final Fantasy MMO, and it was fantastic. I liked it a lot. Final Fantasy 14, when it first came out, you can only do 8 quests a day. For those of you who are WoW players, or Rift players, or whatever MMO you play, can you imagine only being able to do 8 quests a day? How awful. I mean, you do about 5 to 6 quests an hour in WoW. That means you can play for an hour and a half, and then you have no more questing. You're done. And also, what happened is, in the beginning, you would come outside, and like little rabbits hopping around, marmots, like level 1, level 2 area, and then there'd be a dragon that walks by, that's like level 40, and one-shot you. They just like mix these roaming, high-level, like, NPCs and mobs in the low-level area that would just kill you. They were like, you'd run into a cactuar that would do 1,000 needles and one-shot your whole party. And it's like, why are you doing that? That's not fun at all. And so there's a lot of aspects about it. I mean, also there was no auction house, it was a bazaar system, and so they actually laid out like this 30-floor bazaar system, for those of you who remember, and there was no regulation, there's no way to search for anything. You just had to go like from bazaar, like a bazaar is like a person stands still, goes into bazaar mode, you can right click on them and they'll bring up their shop, and you can click on the items and buy. But there's no way to search or anything. So when someone puts a price, they're just choosing their own price. And there's no way to price check unless you go around to every single person on every single floor. It takes hours. And write everything down and price check and all that. So you had no way if what you were buying was a good price or not, if it was too low, too high, unless you had a lot of experience with it. And then if you needed something specific, oh god, like you were just going floor to floor to floor, clicking on everyone, going to their shops and wondering where it is, and then you find what you need and there's only one of it and you need two and you have to keep going. It's just, everything about it was awful. And so Sony came in, ScreenX came in, they fired everyone, they put their whole new team on it, apologized publicly, gave everyone like free subscriptions for like 6 months, and then they re-released it as Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn, and that was their remake, which I've heard is pretty good now. I feel like I've heard that they've actually fixed it, but I was so spurned after that beginning part that I didn't want to play it anymore. How do you feel about the enormous growth of Smite over the last year? I love it. I mean, I've been with this game for 2 years now. July 2012 is when I started doing YouTube and supporting the game. It was a company I've been doing contract for about 1.5 years, and I've been officially hired for about 9 months, I think. 8 or 9 months, and it's fantastic. I love seeing it grow. I mean, I remember that when I first made my first vlog on my channel, my main channel, I was like, man, I wish I could be a caster one day. I feel like I would love to be on stage and casting the games. Now I'm gonna be like a caster at the World Championship with 3,000 people in the stands. Like, it's a huge leap for me. It's a huge leap for the game, and I feel like it's a lot of hard work over long periods of time, because Hyder Studios doesn't rest, man. We work our butts off from top to bottom, and it's very awesome to see it grow. Do you have a wife or girlfriend? I have a girlfriend. Her name is Lil Mamacita. She is a Smite streamer. She used to be a Tribes player, and I just reacted to that, and then I just sent her a message. We started talking, and then we started Skyping, and then we started texting, and then it kind of one thing led to another. But yeah, we met on stream. I watched her stream. I said hello to her. She watched my stream. She said hi to me, and then eventually we kind of found a way to each other, which is really cool. It's a cool story. But I think that wraps it up for me, guys. Looks like the camera battery is dying. I gotta swap it out anyway. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, feel free to load them up in the comment section down below. I think I'm gonna render this out and go hop on stream, maybe play some Smite and then some Hearthstone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Dev Talk for Awilix. What's she gonna do? Let's find out.